When you boil it all down, what is it that really matters? Hello there, this is Pastor Pete Pawelek. Thank you for joining me for another edition of the Daily Devo. Today I've been reflecting and thinking in Job 29. Actually, for the last 2 days I've been here, and I want to point out a verse and bring something out of this, but really I want to kind of talk to you about the context of this entire chapter. Job, as you know, went through an incredible test. He had 10 children. He lost them all. He had everything a man could want, and he lost it all in this incredible test. And throughout this book, there's a discourse of back and forth between Job and some of his friends. And here in chapter 29, Job is talking about his life. He's talking about years gone by. He's talking about who he really is. At the core of it, who is he as a man? And I want to read to you verse 12 and 13. He says, "For I rescued the poor who cried out for help, and the fatherless child who had no one to support him. The dying blessed me, and I made the widow's heart rejoice. I clothed myself in righteousness, and it enveloped me. My just decisions were like a robe and a turban. I was eyes to the blind and feet to the lame. I was a father to the needy, and I examined the case of a stranger. I shattered the fangs of the unjust, and I snatched the prey from his teeth." And the chapter continues like that. And even before verse 12, Job is recounting really who he is. When it's all boiled down, who is he? When everything was stripped away from him, who is he? What is it that mattered? And as you go through this chapter, you'll see it wasn't his money, it wasn't his title, it wasn't his fame. It was how he acted, it was how he lived, it was how he loved other people. When you boil it all down, that's really what it's all about. What did Jesus say? The greatest 2 commandments: love God and love others. When you boil it all down, that's what it's all about. I love verse 12. "For I rescued the poor who cried out for help, and the fatherless child who had no one to support him." Verse 12, have you ever thought about that? You know, it made me wonder. We have an adopted child in our family. We were a foster family for many years. And it made me wonder, I wonder if any of Job's 10 children were adopted. The Bible doesn't tell us that. We don't know. We do know at the end of the book that Job is restored. All of his fortune is restored multiple times. His family is restored. He has more children. I wonder if any of those children were fatherless children that Job and his wife brought in and blessed through the gift of adoption. Again, we don't know. It's something I guess we'll have to ask Job one day. But the fact of the matter is, he was that kind of guy. He was the kind of guy that helped the fatherless, helped the widows. He was the kind of person that would help a stranger. He was the kind of person who stood up for those who couldn't stand for themselves. And when he came to make a defense and a case for his life, he said, you know what? That's what really matters. So my encouragement to you today is be that person who loves God and loves others. Come over and visit me at pastorpete.org. I'd love to connect with you there. You can find lots of resources. Sign up for the Daily Devo email. I can't wait to see you again tomorrow.